A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A plus English. That's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A plus way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A plus English.
Hello everyone, welcome to A Plus English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Laura.
And today for you guys, today and tomorrow, we have to serve up a delicious article all about some of the best food, in fact, the best restaurants in the world as chosen by our good friends at the Michelin Guide.
Yummy.
And the title of the article is Stars on Your Plate, Meet the Michelin Guide. And no, that doesn't mean that you'll be eating stars. No, we don't want to eat famous people, but we do want to eat good food. And the Michelin Guide tells you which restaurants are good by giving them stars, like we often rate movies or other things by saying
5-star hotel.
5-star, 3-star, 5-star hotel. And I think the Michelin Guide, it's 3 stars is the best, 3, 2, 1, and they have a few others. But yeah, the Michelin Guide has been telling people about some of the best restaurants all around the world for like 100 years or so now.
Wow, okay. Now I have a question for you guys. 你们会在去一家餐厅之后，在 Google Map 或是在哪边留言评论？那如果要用英文表示这家餐厅你大推，这样的英文要怎么说？ It's in the video.
Stars on your plate. Meet the Michelin Guide.
Back in 1900, a French tire company named Michelin made a red guidebook. It wanted people to drive more, take trips, and eventually buy more tires. The guide gave helpful tips, like where to find good restaurants and hotels.
All right, so yeah, let's go back in time and find out all about this wonderful restaurant guidebook. It says back in 1900, wow, so more than 125 years or so, a long time ago, back in 1900, a French tire company named Michelin made a red guidebook. Yeah, this is exactly how it started. And this is, of course, still a company. It's a French company. You can take your car and get Michelin tires put on your car even today. I think the French would say Michelin, but we're going to go with the English pronunciation Michelin. So it was a tire company, meaning the company made tires, those black things that go on the wheels of your car or your bicycle or your motorcycle. But they also published this book, a guidebook, and it was red in color, and it was called the Michelin Guide, not about tires, though.
OK， 早在1900年，一家名为米其林的法国轮胎公司它制作了一本红色指南，其中的 tire 这个名词就是轮胎，而 guidebook 是什么呢？就是旅行指南，它是个名词So it's red.
Yes, it's a red guidebook, and it's kind of weird for a tire company to be making a travel book filled with, good restaurants, but it's actually a really, really clever idea. Michelin, in the sentence, it wanted people to drive more, take trips, and eventually buy more tires.
How
so
smart.
It's thinking, we make tires. If more people spend their holidays driving around, we'll sell more tires. But of course, people back then, they didn't have the internet. They couldn't know, like, if I go to that city, 100 miles away or whatever, where will I stay? What can I eat? I've never been there before. So Michelin was like, we'll tell you all the best places to go. I think they also had hotels in there. So we'll kind of help you plan your holiday. You'll take more holidays. We'll sell more tires. Ka-ching! What a great idea.
Why are they so smart?
It's such a good idea, isn't it?
真的耶，我觉得他们当时的想法是说要让人们多开车、多旅行，最后呢，当然就是要买更多轮胎咯。Eventually 这个副词就是最终。
I think we should also mention that 120 years ago, the tires on your car would wear out really quickly.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You would probably buy many more tires than you would buy today. So this was a really good idea for business. And as it says, this guidebook was actually really useful. The guide gave helpful tips like where to find good restaurants and hotels. It was basically doing a lot of the holiday planning that we do using the internet. But here it was in a book that you could put in your car, carry in your pocket, and it would tell you about all sorts of fun stuff to do in other parts of France at first.
对啊，当时呢，大家要先想一下，它是没有网络，像我们现在这么方便，所以这本指南就提供了非常有用的建议，例如哪边可以找到好的餐厅和旅馆哦。And I'm going to mention what other tips we could actually follow.
More modern ones.
Yeah, we're looking for good restaurants or hotels. Of course, I would use review apps like Google Maps, TripAdvisor, or Instagram even.
Sure.
Because they show ratings, photos, and real customer comments.
Absolutely.
And then I would look for places with 4.0 stars or even higher and many reviews, right? Because, you know, it usually means the place is popular and reliable. Would you do this? Read both good and bad reviews?
I do, yeah, especially if the review score is a little lower. You might look for the bad ones. Okay, why is it only 3.8 if it looks so good, you know? So you read some of the good ones and the bad ones.
I really want to avoid, like, say, slow service in a restaurant or even dirty bathrooms.
And you might find that the reviews from 6 months ago were really good, but the newer ones aren't so good. And then they changed their boss. A new person bought the restaurant and suddenly it's gotten bad in the last little while. So that's another
Exactly. I always look at recent photos.
Yeah, I always check out the menu photos too to see the food, see the prices. Yeah.
And sometimes I choose restaurants that are busy and not empty. I mean, a lot of customers is a good sign, and the food is probably fresh.
True, but don't be shy about those empty restaurants. Maybe it's really new.
That's true.
Right? Maybe it just opened a week ago, so people don't know about it. But yes, generally busy means good. Or if you're eating sort of foreign food, if there's those kinds of foreign people in the restaurant, like if I'm eating Indian food in Taipei and I see a lot of Indian people eating in the restaurant, it's probably okay.
That's right.
Because they like it.
我真的觉得米其林公司好聪明哦！我从来没有想到他们的指南就是为了让大家可以买更多轮胎耶，真的太厉害了。Tire 这个字呢，就是轮胎，它是一个名词哦。For example, my bike has a flat tire, so I can't ride it. 我的脚踏车轮胎没气了，所以我骑不了。Or be careful, the tire on your bike is losing air fast. 哇，小心你的脚踏车的轮胎正在快速漏气，漏气呀！再来，我们刚刚有提到的 guide 这个名词哦，就是指南手册。不过，其实这个字也有导游或是向导的意思哦。好，我们来看一下例句。This guide shows you how to play the game step by step. 这本手册啊，一步步教你怎么玩这个游戏。再来这个例句是这样子用的 Mandy wants to visit South Africa, so she's reading a guide to the country. Mandy 她想要造访南非，所以她正在读介绍那个国家的指南。我也想要去
As the restaurant part got popular, Michelin made big changes in the 1920s. It sent secret diners to visit restaurants. Michelin made rules to rate the food and started giving stars. Over time, more people trusted Michelin and visited those places. The Michelin Guide then became famous around the world. Today, the Michelin Guide covers 48 countries. There are restaurants with Michelin stars in 7 cities in Taiwan.
All right, back to our article. So it says, as the restaurant part got popular, Michelin made big changes in the 1920s. Okay, so it was first published in the 1900s. About 20 years later, it was still very popular. And it says they made big changes in the 1920s, especially to the restaurant part. So I guess they had more restaurants. I mean, that kind of makes sense, right? If you live in a city, you might still eat at the restaurants in the city, but you won't stay in the hotels.
That's true.
Unless you travel. So the restaurant part, there's many restaurants, people always eat out. And so they started to be very serious about the restaurant section of the Michelin Guide. And it says, as an example, Michelin Guide, it sent secret diners to visit restaurants to get an honest, experience. I guess if you know the Michelin people are coming for dinner tonight, the restaurant will be super clean and the cook will be doing a great job. Everyone will be doing very, very, very well at their job because they know it's like, you're going to have a test.
Right.
But if the test is a surprise and you don't know you're being tested, it'll be a lot more honest.
That's right.
Very
Okay.
tricky.
所以随着餐厅部分越来越受欢迎，米其林在1920年代就做出重大改变，他们竟然派出秘密用餐者去拜访餐厅。Diner 这个名词就是用餐者或是食客。
Because that's kind of the problem with Google reviews, right? You don't know who wrote it. Maybe it's a friend of the owner of the restaurant. Maybe these people have very different opinions than you do. But with something like the Michelin Guide, you should be able to know that all the opinions are, similar in many ways. And that's kind of what they did. Michelin made rules to rate the food and started giving stars. So everyone is being judged on the same level, which is, of course, the only way to get kind of a true score.
So it's quite reliable.
Yeah.
所以米其林它制定了评分标准来评价食物，并开始给予星星评等。首先我们先来看一下 rate 这个动词就是评价哦，那再来就是要回答一开始有问到你，如果你要留言说这个餐厅大推英文，你可以用 highly recommend OK、或者是你要讲它很棒很好吃，食物很赞就是 delicious tasty、服务很好就是 excellent service This is something I would leave as a comment、或者是气氛就是很棒，或是这边很舒服就是 cozy atmosphere、如果你要说这个价格很理 CP 值很高，你可以留言 great value、Now here are some bad rating phrases though, like if you ate something that's not fresh, 不新鲜 write it down so that we could know. Or slow service, I mentioned earlier, 就是服务很慢啊。
Rude service.
就是他们非常的不礼貌。Or maybe would not return, 我不会再回来啦。Okay.
All right, back to the article. It says over time, so over many years, as people read the reviews and then tried the restaurants and said, yeah, that was pretty honest. It was kind of what they said. So over time, more people trusted Michelin and visited those places. And the places that Michelin said were good, many people tried and said, yeah, they are good. And the places that weren't so good, that seemed to be true as well.
Yeah, 所以随着时间过去，越来越多人信任米其林，并且造访这些地方哦。Okay, so back to the article.
All right, it says the Michelin Guide then became famous around the world. Absolutely. It wasn't just limited to France. They started to do other countries. And then it says today, the Michelin Guide covers 48 countries.
Wow.
And sometimes they have a country guide. Sometimes they have a city guide. So, you'll be able to find lots of choices to eat in 48 different countries. Many, of course, in Europe, North America, but also more and more Asia, Australia, places like
Thailand
that
even. Okay.
Sure.
所以后来米其林指南变得更加世界闻名。现在呢，它涵盖全球48个国家哦。Okay.And?
It says there are restaurants with Michelin stars in 7 cities in Taiwan. They started off with the Taipei book, and then they had Taipei, Taichung, and now I think, Tainan, Kaohsiung, lots of other places.
对啊，其实是台湾有7座城市的餐厅获得了米其林的就是星级评鉴。在台湾呢，就是台湾米其林指南在2018年是在台北首次登场。 之后当然也有台中、台南、高雄纳入评鉴。2025年更加新增了新北市、新竹县还有新竹市哦，所以现在是有7座城市。今天我们提到的 secret 是当作形容词来用哦，就是秘密的啊，保密的啊。For example, they planned a secret birthday party for their friend. 哇，他们为朋友偷偷策划了一场生日派对。那单字例句提到的是 Jack hid inside a secret room behind a wall. His parents couldn't find him. Jack 躲在墙壁后面的一间密室中，他的父母找不到他。再来我们看到是 trust 这个动词哦，就是相信啊、信任。For example, it's hard to trust someone after they lie to you. 别人对你说谎后，要再相信他真的很难，所以不能说谎。单字例句提到的是 You can trust me, I won't lie to you. 你可以相信我，我不会骗你的。希望他不是诈骗集团。
Review time.
All right, we have just about a minute to review the new words from our article for today. Remember, there were 4 of them, and to get them fresh back in your mind, those words were tire, guide, secret, and trust. All right, so for this one, we are going to play a nice and easy game of guess the word. So I will describe the word, give you a definition, like you might read in a dictionary if you look up the word, kind of explaining what the word is. You have to guess which word I'm talking about. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, we're going to start off nice and easy like normal, and I'm going to say a round
tire.
often black thing that you put on a wheel. Yes, tire. That was too easy. Okay. Something that is not very well known to many people or only known to a few people.
Secret.
A secret restaurant, a secret place, a secret garden. Absolutely. A thing or a person or any information that shows you where to go.
Is it a guide?
It's a guide. Yeah, you can actually have a person be a guide too.
Like a tour guide.
Follow me, I'll show you things. And when you believe in someone, when you rely on someone, when you think they will always be telling the truth. Thank you very much. That is very kind of you. All right, guys, we're going to have more about the Michelin Guide tomorrow. So come back and join us for that.
今天节目就讲到这里，想要观看更多精彩内容，请到 YouTube 搜寻 A+ English 空中美语，别忘记按赞、订阅、开启小铃铛，叮。
Au revoir.